Do you ever have one of those moments that you wish you could just redo? I had one of those moments. It was a surprise wedding vow renewal for our 25th anniversary, and my husband surprised me with it. You think husbands aren't paying attention. They're kind of out there, but they're not. Husbands don't get all the credit I think sometimes they deserve. So if you have a husband, give them credit. But at the time, I didn't take it every detail in, because you never think when you're doing something like that at that moment you don't realize how precious it is. But after time, when the loved one goes away, you realized, man, I wish I could go back and relive every single second of it. I wish I could go back and take in every smell, every touch, every word, and really focus in on what was going on. And my vow renewal was that. And I just like to share the story with you about how it came about. Today's June 10th, and it happened 17 years ago today. If you haven't joined me before, my name's Becky, and welcome back to my channel. The door opened. I could still see it. The chapel was full of people, and there was a little entryway into the chapel before you got there. And when I walked into that, I was amazed. People yelled, "Surprise!" We were having a vow renewal for our 25th anniversary, and totally took me by surprise. I had no idea. John had set up the idea with someone at church, my friend Carol, and she took it and she ran with the idea and just made the day beautiful, like she's my wedding planner. Anyway, the door opened. Surprise, they were our family and friends sitting there in chairs. John and I met in high school. We were friends during our junior year. We worked together at the same theater, and we were both in drama, which is actually how I met him. He was given to me as a big brother in drama, and John liked to say he married his sister, his little sister, and he would just giggle about that because he thought that was so funny, trying to shock people. I married my sister. But it was a drama sister in a group. Anyway, we dated our senior year, and then in our senior year he gave me a promise ring at the little theater inside of our school back behind the stage. John never asked me to marry him. I don't know how it happened. We just kind of talked about marriage, and then marriage came upon us. We were planning it, and then we got married. And John always told me, "I never asked you, Becky, to marry me." And I would always say, "Yeah, but you showed up at the church." And so that was a running joke, marrying his little sister and never asking me to marry him, but he just showed up. Anyway, that was the personality of my husband. John got down on his knees, on one knee, and he asked me to marry him so that he could never say, "I didn't ask you to marry me." And it was so precious to me that he'd want to marry me again. Anyway, it is such a beautiful memory to look back on. We had our vow renewal. Cameron walked me down the aisle, and John's friend David was his best man. And my friend Arlene, which was my original maid of honor at my original wedding, stood in for my matron of honor again. And Pastor Tom said the vows. Someone played Endless Love on the piano, and Endless Love was our song back in 1982. I don't know, it was Endless Love. My love. Lionel Richie sang it. Anyway, So we had our vow renewal, and someone took it for us, one of the youth girls. And then afterwards, there was a reception downstairs. And to my surprise also, they had set up all in the reception hall, which is where we had our original reception. Sunday school class had made finger food. All of these people kept this secret from me, and I had no idea. And anyway, we walked in, and there's this reception, and people are sitting at tables, and there's a cake, and there's food. And my heart overflowed. It was our last anniversary, 25. And this is how I know God is a great provider of memories. It's because He knew that I would need that memory to look back on. Here's a secret. John forgot our 24th wedding anniversary. I'm waiting for him to say a happy anniversary, and he didn't. And finally at the end of the night, I was like, you forgot our anniversary. And he said, today is the 12th? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, Becky, I didn't forget our anniversary. I just forgot today was the 12th. So for him to make the 25th anniversary such a big deal was very sweet. We had our reception. Someone made a cake, a replica cake. My mom had made my original one, and someone had gotten a picture and replicated the cake. And my cake topper that went on the top of it was the Precious Moments, the bride and the groom. And they had gotten it from our house and put it on top of the cake, and I didn't even know it wasn't there. I hadn't even missed it out of the house. People toasted us at the wedding. They gave little speeches, and John gave a speech, and we cut the cake and fed each other just like a normal one. And at our original wedding, I didn't really know the etiquette. I was 19. I knew about, decorating the church, but I never thought about decorating the reception hall. My mom and I were just, I guess, not into the right etiquette. The reception hall was also used for choir rehearsal. So down there was the piano, and on the wall was, I remember there being green, it might have been yellow, notes on the wall made out of construction paper and laminated around where the choir practiced. And I had no clue about decorating for the reception. In our original wedding, there was the wedding table with the cake and some finger foods on it that Mom and I made. Mom also made my cake. And some mints and things, and we used the church's glassware, dishes and everything. It wasn't enough, so we had to wash them in between. The groomsmen did that, bring them back for people to reuse. However, at the wedding renewal, they put all these tables out with white tablecloths, and it was really pretty. There were yellow and white flowers on the tables, and someone had actually decorated. But as a kickback to our old wedding, someone had made piano notes out of orange or yellow and green construction paper and put them on the wall. So it would be like our original wedding down there. And I thought that was so thank you to all the people who made that such a blessing, such a beautiful memory. Carol Libera, David and Rachel, my beautiful Sunday school class that took care of us during that time, all my friends that showed up. And I just wanted you to know it's still a beautiful memory for me. And I thank you so very, very much. God puts friends in your life at certain times. I had those friends there when I needed them, and they made that beautiful gift for me, and I so appreciate it. The people that were there, thank you. We've all gotten older. Like I said, there's been 17 years past, a lot of time under the bridge, and I just want to thank God for taking care of us all through that and just being with us. So I just thought I would share that story with you. June 10th, my wedding vow surprise renewal was such a lovely memory. It still is. Every June 12th, which is in a couple of days, I think about it, and I think about how lucky I was to marry such a sweet man. Thanks for listening to my memory, and Becky out.